I'm Angela Lewis. I own Attuned Awakenings, Reiki and Sound Services out of upstate South Carolina. And this is How It Works Reiki Edition for Critical Mass. Thank you for joining me. So what is Reiki? Reiki is a gentle healing practice that comes from Japan. The word Reiki means universal life energy. Universal life force energy is the energy that flows through all living things. It's what gives us vitality, drive, and balance. It's like a battery that powers our body and mind. So when that energy is flowing well, we feel healthy, we feel focused, we feel emotionally stable. When that energy is low or blocked, we might feel tired, stressed, or out of sorts. Reiki is not a religion or a belief system. You don't have to believe in Reiki for it to work. It's more like giving the body and mind a chance to reset and recharge. This beautiful healing Reiki energy is going to go to where it's called. In a Reiki session, the practitioner is going to place their hands on or just above the body to help channel that energy more freely. People often describe feeling deeply relaxed, peaceful, or emotionally lighter after a session. While this energy isn't something we can scientifically measure, there are some studies that show that this Reiki can help reduce stress, promote relaxation, and support well-being, similar to meditation or therapeutic touch. Some people report help with physical pain and ailments, chronic illness, sleep, the ability of the body to naturally heal faster. They find emotional balance, clarity, and focus, and even spiritual connection. So some long-term benefits with consistent Reiki practice is emotional resilience, self-awareness, inner peace, stronger connections to intuition, and support through life transitions and healing journeys. Reiki can also be done over long distances. Distance Reiki is a way of sending healing energy to someone who's not in the same physical space. So just like you send a text message or phone call instantly, a practitioner can send Reiki across the world. Reiki practitioners are trained to connect with a person's energy regardless of where they are. It is based on the idea that energy isn't limited by time or space, much like how radio waves or Wi-Fi work. We can't see it, but we are able to send things through it. So during a session for distance, I focus on the person, maybe saying their name and their location, maybe using a picture, or even a lot of times I do this over Zoom to connect to a person's energy. People still often report these feelings of warmth and tingling and feeling emotionally lighter after a distant session as well, even though they're miles away. So what are some things during a Reiki session that you might experience physically, emotionally, or energetically? Physically, you might feel some temperature changes, heat or coolness, especially where you're being touched by a practitioner or maybe the area of the body that you're working in. If it's from over a distance, you might have that tingling or gentle buzzing, some pulsations moving through the body. You might feel like someone's touching you where they're not touching you. You may have just a sense of like waves of energy moving throughout. You might have some heaviness or feel like you're floating at points. Those are just some physical sensations you could have. Some emotional responses, you might have a big emotional release. A lot of people cry, and that's just an act of letting go, an act of cleansing through those tears. I always encourage people to let that out because that's what your body is trying to do, and it feels good when it happens. You might have a sense of peace and calmness, stillness, feelings of gratitude, love, or connection. You may have some memories start to pop up or some insights or realizations to things that are happening in your day-to-day life. Energetically, mentally, you might feel like a quiet mind, like you're in a meditative state or that space between wake and sleep. You might have heightened intuition or awareness. may see colors or lights or images behind your closed eyes as that third eye opens in that space. So who's going to benefit the most from Reiki? Anybody. Anybody can do Reiki or receive Reiki. But those experiencing high stress or burnout, people who might be feeling emotionally overwhelmed, someone who's healing from illness or injury, people who are caregivers or healers, or someone just seeking spiritual connection are all great candidates for Reiki. And we're all capable of Reiki. We can give ourselves Reiki. But an attunement is helpful in facilitating the channeling of Reiki energy in a safe manner. Reiki practitioners are given an attunement to channel Reiki energy. So an attunement is a ceremonial process in which a Reiki master opens and aligns a student's energy channels so they can access and channel Reiki energy. Attunement is not about being given a power. It's about remembering your natural ability to connect with this healing energy. It's tuning into a frequency that was always present, but now you're able to receive and transmit it clearly. So each level has its own attunement. The Reiki 1 attunement opens the channels for self-healing and hands-on work with friends and family. Reiki 2 starts to introduce some new symbols, including ones for distance healing, depending on the branch of Reiki that you are practicing. Reiki 3 or a Reiki Master deepens your connection and introduces the Master symbol and allows you to attune and teach others. The roles of attunement is one, to connect you to Reiki energy. It allows you to access Reiki not from your personal energy, but from the universal source. It cleanses and balances your energy system. The process often clears blockages and raises your vibration. So many people report emotional release or deep spiritual insight during or after attunements. It empowers you to give Reiki to yourself and others. Higher levels introduce symbols, distance healing, and deeper energetic work. It creates a spiritual shift. An attunement often marks the beginning of a more intuitive, heart-centered way of living. It can awaken your inner awareness and celebrate your personal growth. The lineage of Reiki refers to the line of Reiki masters through whom Reiki energy and teachings have been passed down, starting with the founder Mikao Usui in the early 20th century Japan. Understanding lineage is important in Reiki because it shows the direct transmission of knowledge and initiation from teacher to student. Lineage matters because it ensures the integrity of teachings and attunements. It reflects a practitioner's spiritual ancestry. It can help students also find a path that resonates. So some people prefer the traditional Japanese teachings, while others prefer Western adaptations from those teachings. There are multiple Reiki styles and branches that have been created from the traditional Japanese teachings. So in conclusion, Reiki is a gentle, intuitive healing practice that restores balance and supports well-being on physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual levels. Passed down through a sacred lineage, Reiki reconnects us with a universal life energy, helping us reset, recharge, and realign with our natural state of harmony. Whether experienced in person or at a distance, Reiki invites deep peace, clarity, and interconnection. I really hope that I've helped you learn about Reiki today. And if you have any questions, please feel free to DM me on Instagram at Attuned Awakenings or at my website. You can find my email. Thank you.